Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalms 23:4. Ooh, let there be light, am I right? Today we're going to be talking about the True Believer template for the Dresden Files RPG. One of the more powerful low-level templates. These are actually very, very, very useful, even if you're super new to the game and don't really know what you're doing yet. Alright, so the True Believer, what are they in the lore, which is where we always start. A true believer is someone who has such genuine faith in a higher power that their faith manifests as power in of itself. We know that within the world of the Dresden Files, faith always equals power, but only true faith. Hence the title of the template, True Believer. With that out of the way, because there's really not much more to say there, let's go over musts. As usual, this template has a must for the high concept, and that being tying into your true believer status. The two examples given by the book are Man of God or Zen Nun. In short, a belief in something powerful and life-affirming beyond oneself. It's recommended that you have a high conviction skill, such as good or better. Additionally, true believers must take the following supernatural abilities: Bless this house and Guide my hand, both at -1 refresh, and both found on page 187 of your story. As far as optional goes, true believers may also have righteousness for -2 refresh, starting on page 188, and a select few might even carry some holy relic in the form of a unique item of power, subject to GM discretion, of course, item of power being found on page 167 of your story. So with all of that, you have a minimum refresh of -2. You've got a starting maximum refresh, not counting stunts, of -4. Very good. My personal thoughts on the template, well, always, always, always pick up righteousness if you can afford it, which you can, even in the lowest power level setting of the Dresden Files RPG, which gives you 6 refresh to work with. The True Believer is only going to take up 4 with the additional -2 from righteousness. It's just a supremely powerful ability. Okay, so all things considered, the True Believer is one of my favorites. The Dresden Files RPG really shines with low-level play, and the True Believer is a good exemplifier of low-level play. They also set the stage for a lot of very interesting possibilities. In our current Dresden Files game, we've allowed that the True Believer is a true believer in comic books. She takes comic books so seriously and has such faith in the phrase, "with great power comes great responsibility," that her powers have in fact manifested. While that might be a little silly for most groups, we find that it works just well for ours, especially considering who it is that's granting those powers. When you're going to be role-playing a true believer, make sure to, well, keep it in character. Figure out what their beliefs are and play accordingly. For instance, if you're making some kind of agent of, we'll say, the Catholic Church, since that seems to be the most popular option for these guys, you may want to avoid doing anything that would directly violate your character's faith. And while the Catholic Church is the most popular example for true believers, remember it is not the only way to go. True believer means true faith. Any faith. Thank you very much for watching, and next time we look at a template analysis, we'll be doing the Where form. We're approaching the end, ladies and gentlemen. After Where form, we have White Court Vampire, White Court Virgin, Wizard, and of course the very, very best template of all of them, Pure Mortal. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening.